The politics of Michigan's 2020 presidential vote will be front and center tomorrow as Congress takes up the Electoral College confirmation vote. Now, the last step of certifying the win for President-elect Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is expected to be anything but business as usual. At least 3 Republican members of Michigan congressional delegation have voiced objections to certifying the vote based on unproven claims of voter fraud. Buses packed with Michigan supporters of President Trump have arrived in Washington tonight to protest what they call a stolen election. And here's a live look at the nation's capital, where a huge crowd has already gathered. 7 Action News reporter Brian ABEL has more on why they are fighting and the likely outcome of tomorrow's historic joint session.
At the Capitol building right here. You got folks coming from all over. Hey, guys.
Roughly 24 buses carrying President Trump supporters departed Michigan to descend on Capitol Hill for a historic final attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
We will not take this fraudulent election. We will not stand down. We know that there were so many battleground states that had fraudulent votes.
Despite a lack of concrete evidence or court victories to support those claims, some Michigan Republican lawmakers are planning to object to the certification of Michigan's 16 electoral votes for Joe Biden. We will not stand idly by without taking every lawfully available option to ensure the outcomes of our elections can be trusted, said Reps Tim Walberg and Jack Bergman, who are a yes to objecting. Unclear, newly elected Rep Lisa McClain or Rep John Molinar. Who will not object? Representatives Peter Meyer, Fred Upton, and Bill Huizenga.
I simply have not seen the system-wide, systematic fraud that has been talked about. It's certainly in my district, and I haven't seen that evidence in Michigan.
In order for any of the objections to be successful, a simple majority of both the House and Senate need to support it. While the president's supporters push for one outcome Wednesday.
What they have to do is they have to follow the Constitution and do their job, okay? They cannot accept fraudulent electors. They cannot accept an election that was wrought with criminal activity.
The reality is likely a different outcome. The buck stops with Democrats in the House. As many as 10 Dems needed to support objections. The most likely, those in districts that voted for President Trump, like Michigan Rep. Alyssa Slotkin, who says she, along with her Democrat colleagues, plan to certify.
What I know is that as a country, as a state, we need the temperature to come down. We need to figure out how to move forward. And we need to do that in a way that recognizes that democracy is a fragile thing.
And lawmakers have been told to expect 4 hours of debate per state objected, so this whole thing could trickle in to Thursday. For 7 Action News, I'm Brian ABEL.